Hello and welcome to Dear Diary, the Self-Love Podcast. Coming to you today again from my front porch with a cup of hot coffee. This is just, I guess, where I do my best thinking. It's quiet. I can hear the birds chirping. I feel that end of summerness, anticipation for fall, like lingering in the air and in my body. And I just feel alive when I take these quiet moments. So I thought I would come here today and talk to you about self-awareness. It's something that I have learned and will continue to learn for the rest of my days. And basically, it's awareness of yourself. Shocker. You were waiting for this big, lengthy definition, but it is what it is. It is what it sounds like it is. Becoming aware of yourself. Getting out of the past, getting out of the future, getting into the present, getting out of your mind, getting into your heart, really just like quieting out the world. You guys hear me talk about this all the time, just like silencing the noise from the external and the internal and just being present with yourself, aware of what's going on inside of your body. What is alive inside of you right now? You don't need to judge it. You don't need to fix it. You don't need to move through it or have a breakthrough from it. You just need to notice and become aware. It's why I love breath work so much. It's why I got into meditation. It's why I believe a lot of people that do yoga like yoga so much, because it's just coming back into your body, being aware of whatever it is that is alive inside of you. And so I think we all need to get back to this a little bit more. It calms your nervous system. It centers your energy, your beingness. It really gets you out of your head and into your body. Because in our head, for those of you who don't realize this, I remember I always struggled with the topic of like, follow your head, follow your heart, listen to your head, follow your heart. I was like, well, which one is which one do I follow, my head or my heart? I'm here to tell you now, and I want you to listen to this. Follow your heart. Get out of your head, follow your heart. I give you permission right now. If you were ever curious about the two, if you ever weren't sure which one to follow, if you ever were like, well, but I got to be smart and like use my head, right? We were taught like use your head. I had a call with my therapist last week and she was like, you need to start using your head. And I'm like, okay. We need to find a new therapist. No, I'm just kidding. And I really just want to make that clear. Because in your heart, that's what's alive inside of you. That's where you're going to find your answers. That's what happens to me when I sit out here on my porch with my cup of coffee. That is where I come back home to myself. I feel my best. I create my best. I can get curious about what's alive inside of me. And again, not judge it or have to fix it, but simply notice. Because in the noticing, in those quiet moments, that is where you can maybe find an answer. If you're not searching desperately for it, right? I've had this like lingering fear. Not fear, yeah, I guess it was fear of just like the pressure to do and to be productive and to, put energy into my business and push the needle forward and find the next source of income. And it's like in that pressure, I was up in my head, right? And in that, I'm not going to find answers. I'm going to be stressing things and approaching things with that energy, right? That contraction, Instead, I got quiet. I did some breath work. I became self-aware. I listened to what was going on inside of me. I found out that what was underneath of that, right? All of that pressure to perform and to be good because I'm unworthy. Underneath that, it was a desire to show up and be more present for my son. Like underneath all of the layers, that's what I got to. Just by getting quiet and taking some breaths. A mindful moment, if you don't want to call it a meditation session or a breathwork session, just be mindful and take a couple of breaths and come back to that self-awareness. And that was where I got. And so instead of sitting at my desk and mapping out my content and creating more and doing this and doing that and stressing myself out, I decided to take a deep breath and go snuggle with him on the couch. Right? It's like, that's the exact opposite of what I thought I needed. And I'm at peace right now, right? And I'm in a better place so that I can go and create more content and show up in a more inspiring way. And guess what I'm doing? I'm recording a podcast episode. To me, that is the most ultimate productive thing in the world. It's free. I don't get paid to do this, but you know what it does do for me? It helps me show up in the way that I want to. It helps me learn how to use my voice and articulate my words in a way that feel empowering and expansive and worthy, right? It helps me shed those unworthiness layers of I need to do more in order to be good. No, I get to do less and be even better. Are you still with me? Like, did I just blow your mind right now? Like I blew mine? Because every time I do this, I'm like, whoa, that really does work when you just get quiet and you just shut out the noise and shut off the head and just be self-aware of what is alive inside of your body. It is such a powerful tool and it's free. If you need support doing it, absolutely get support. Because sometimes I do that, I'm like, I still don't see it. I don't understand what it's trying to tell me. I need your fresh lens to look through and see what is this, right? Sometimes it doesn't always work and it's just like, oh, okay. But regardless, practicing that skill of being self-aware, it's going to help you in so many ways. It's going to help you regulate your nervous system. It's going to help you work through your triggers. It's going to help you be present and not stress the past or be anxious about the future. It gets you grounded. It gets you back into your body. That is where everything good is. I know you don't think so. You're like, well, what if I get present and I feel more anxious? It's okay. You don't have to fix it. You don't have to judge it. You simply just need to notice and be with it and welcome it even. And then when you do, it goes away. It starts to lessen. You start to uncover layers that once felt super overwhelming and like out of your control. And you start to get familiar with it and what it really is. Right? It wasn't the productivity for me. It was being present with my son. It might not be the thing that you think it is. If you would just get quiet for a moment to listen to what it really is. Self-awareness is everything. So, there is a quick little ditty for you. That was something that was alive inside of my heart that I needed to share. And this is why I started this podcast, because I couldn't post that. That would have been way too fucking long. Nobody would have read it. People would have just kept scrolling by. And so for 10 minutes, I got to breathe what's alive inside of me into you. And I hope you felt it, and I hope you sit with it, and I hope you breathe more with it, and just be with it. Be with yourself. So as I wrap this up, I'm going to just take a deep breath with you. Just breathe in everything I just said. And go give it a try. Maybe you fail the first couple times. Maybe you don't get it right. Not true. It's exactly right every single time. Thank you for listening. I love you.